Mai param kritva Bhaktim mai param kritva Mam eve ashatis asamshaya Mam eve ashati asamshaya. He who teaches this supreme secret to my devotees, showing the highest devotion to me, shall doubtless come to me. The word yaha is used meaning the person who. Shri Krishna says that one who, showing the highest devotion to him, teaches this supreme secret to his devotees, such a person shall doubtless come to him. The word abhidasyati is used meaning to tell. God says that the person who is showing the highest love to him gives the supreme wisdom to his devotees, such a person shall doubtless attain to him. The reason why for hundreds of thousands of years, saints, wise people, knowledgeable people and great personalities have been given this supreme wisdom to society is this one verse. If you place the 67th and 68th verses together next to each other, then in the 67th verse, God says that this Gnan wisdom should not be given to those who have no tap austerities, those who are not devotees and have no Shraddha faith, those who do not wish to listen to it, and those who speak ill of God. All of us fall into one or the other of these categories. And in reality, if you try to look at it, then there would be nobody who has a right to hear it. Can we claim with full confidence that we're devotees? I cannot say that I'm a devotee. I cannot claim this. I can also not claim that I'm in reality austere. Can we claim this? Do we in reality have a right to this Gnan wisdom? Let us say perhaps we are, for example, we have a wish to listen to this Gnan wisdom. And even then you can count on one hand the amount of people that will fall within the category that they really are coming to discourses with a wish to listen. This can happen, we all accept this. But do we not criticize? We criticize God. We criticize what is done by God. We criticize those who carry out God's work. And at some point or the other, we criticize. I have done so. I do not know whether you have done it, but I have done it. I have done it either consciously or unconsciously. But we fall into 3 of these 4 categories. This means that we do not have the right to this Gnan wisdom. Despite this, these saints and these great personalities have given this message to the Gita to us. Why is this? They have seen the 68th verse, and saints give us a message of the Gita. Saints are like mothers. You'll see in the family that if a son has done something wrong, then the father will get angry at them, saying, beware, you've made this mistake, and will tell the mother that, do not give him food to eat. This boy in reality gets scared that today my father has told me that I can't eat. I can't eat today. The father goes to the shop. It turns 12 p.m. and it's lunchtime. It then turns 1 p.m. The child has gotten hungry. He is sitting on one side. The mother says, son, come to eat. The son says, no, father said that I cannot eat, and he's gone to the shop. He has said no to me, and if despite this I eat, then what if he finds out? He'll punish me. The mother says, son, do not worry. I'll explain to him. The son says, no, I will not eat. This was in the olden times when the child was afraid of the father. Now when the father tells the son that he cannot eat, then the son will say, it does not matter because I have pocket money. And he will go outside to eat. Nowadays all of this does not work. But in the olden times the mother would tell the child to eat, and the child would say, no, father has told me I cannot eat. Then the mother says, do not worry, do not eat anything, but have this sweet. The mother has feelings, and that is why she gives her son the sweet, saying, I'll explain this to your father. Saints are like mothers. God has said in the last verse, you should not give this Gnan wisdom to these people. Now all of us lose the qualification to attain this Gnan wisdom. We're sitting there with glum faces thinking that God, this is such a nice Gnan wisdom, and we cannot receive it? Why is this, Lord? Then a saint, a wise person, a knowledgeable person, or great personality comes as our mother and says, why not? We say that, God, I have not performed any tap austerities. I am not a devotee, I criticize, and I do all of this. The great saint says that it does not matter. Now don't do anything like this again. You won't do it again, will you? We say no. The great saint says, now take the sweet. And when God the Father has gone out a little while, they give it to us. This is the heart of a mother. Saints have the heart of a mother. That is why they give this Gnan wisdom to us. The listener thinks that I'm very clever and that's why I'm giving this. No, it is His grace. And if saints do not think that I'm doing the opposite of what God is saying, when the mother gives the sweet, then the mother knows that what the father has done is right. The mother does not have the feeling that the authority of the father would decrease in the child's mind. She also respects the husband, but one should not be deprived of this. The mother thinks that my child should not remain hungry. She gives him the sweet. Saints ultimately think in their minds while speaking to God that, Lord, you have said that if one gives this Gnan wisdom to your devotees, then they attain to you. God, I have not done it for this. Lord, when I say this to your devotees, then I keep remembering you, and that is why I do this. Saints say this to God. They say that, Lord, you have said this, and that they will attain to you, Lord. I wish to attain to you, and that is why I did this. I'm not saying anything in opposition to your wish, Lord. Then God also gets happy. The message that saints have been giving for hundreds of thousands of years is because of this reason. And many people ask the question that you have given so many discourses every day. Today you're in one place and tomorrow in another place. You remain so busy. Are people in society improving? I reply that, brother, I'm not doing this to improve people in society. Don't even think that I'm doing this to improve people in society. In fact, when I do this, then I remember my God, and that's why I'm doing this. And these are the words of Sri Krishna of the Gita. At the beginning I thought that I would change everyone and do everything. I have held up my ears because you cannot change his people. How can you change them? It's impossible. We cannot even change the people close to us, so how can we change people? It is impossible. Therefore, should one leave all of this? No. The saint said that, Lord, when I do this, then I remember you. That is why I do this. Many times there are many close friends of mine and holy speakers who become worried and say, why does this happen? Why are you getting worried? A person writes something in a newspaper and changes the meaning of some things. People know all of this. They look at who said it and look at everything. They get worried that our people are doing this. I told them, do not look at that, and I take out the 68th verse of the Gita and show them. How are we going to change them? Have I until now said any time that you should come to this, or should you come to this? No, I have not. Even if there are 5 people, then I'll say it, and if there are 50 people, then I'll say it, and if there are 50,000 people, then I'll still say it. This is because I do not say this counting heads. If my grandmother did this, then it's more than enough. That is why, if my grandmother listens to it, then it's more than enough. That is why I say this. When Guruji was young, then his grandmother would make him memorize this verse, tell him to remember this verse, and then he would repeat it to her in the evening. During the whole day, he would walk around with this verse. And in the evening, when he was sitting at his grandmother's lap, then he would tell his grandmother, look, grandmother, I have remembered it. And he chanted this verse. His grandmother would get happy, saying, wow, Beta, you've remembered. This one smile from his grandmother's face was the biggest award of all. Where there are thousands of people sitting there to listen to it then, no, they were not there. It was just enough that his grandmother was listening to it. His grandmother is not even here today, but he has this Vyaspit, a place where the holy speaker sits, and that is his grandmother. He sits in her lap and speaks. Vyashi is listening to it. Shri Krishna is listening to it. And whenever something good comes, then they get happy, and he realizes that God tells me inside that you have spoken this very well. This is enough for me. When one smile comes on God's face, then a lot has happened. He tells God that, Lord, you are getting happy, and that is why I'm saying it. This is the reason. Whoever has attained something in life and is going out to sell it, goes out to do so for this reason. I know my personal experience, and that's why I'm telling you, but every person I've spoken to, all of them have said this. The people who go out to improve others become frustrated in the end. Think about it, that there are 5 people in a family, and one person says that I will change him, I will change his children, I will change the daughter, I will change the daughter-in-law. How many worries and how much tensions will this person get? Then how much tension did the person who has gone out to change the whole of society get? I'm speaking in order to perform bhakti devotion of my Lord. My God has told me that whoever gives my thoughts, I'll become happy with them. I am therefore giving these thoughts so that my Lord will be happy. This is the purpose. In the next verse, God is showering down even more. This verse is going to be given by Guruji. So let me get the mouse out and try to change the screen. I think it's using here.